vote yes. You know how to take pictures, you know. Alright, so now compare polar bear now versus today. And then that's also what we can use for comparison as well. So compare life in the 1800s versus today. And something that's interesting I use with my students. Okay, here's the question. Was life easier in the past before we had all of this technology? Of course, my students said no. And I showed in a PowerPoint that actually talked about how technology changed. And they said, Sean, what is that? It's a typewriter. You all had to use that. I said, yeah, how? We did, and we survived. This is before the iPad, people. So I like the ones where we got to compare the past versus the present. All right, another one for comparison.
How have the male bears' behavior changed in recent years?
Good. Okay, how has the male behavior changed in recent years? And how has it changed? They now are more aggressive. There are actual pictures, which I will not put up, but there's pictures of male bears attacking cubs and eating them. And there's also pictures of male polar bears actually eating dolphins. And they don't normally attack dolphins. But since there's scarcity of food, they're attacking anything now. And they're also robbing the carcass of other animals. They're just that hungry. So it's all a big change right now. But most people, oh, global warming, oh, that's rubbish. That's nothing. That's not happening. All right, what about inference? Inference.
For example, as we predict what will happen to the polar bears. So if they go extinct.
Okay, what will happen to the polar bears if they go extinct? We know they'll be extinct. Well, what will happen to society without polar bears? That's easy to answer. Huh?
Let's move about polar bears.
Okay, let's move about polar bears. I'll take that. Good. Let's move about polar bears. What about the seals? More and more seals. Because its natural enemy is the polar bear. Okay? So there'll be more seals. Remember when we probably don't, because we weren't around then. There was the Dust Bowl in the U.S. during the 40s and 50s, where we overused the land, and they were creating tornadoes of dirt. Well, what happened is there were so many animals that went away that rabbits started being abundant because it didn't have any natural enemies. So anything that doesn't have a natural enemy is going to be more abundant. So one is, yes, less movies about polar bears, I agree. But then also, more seals. Because if something doesn't have a natural enemy, forget it. All right, another one. Just another question. Don't all speak at once.
How the shoreline changes have affected the polar bear swimming?
Okay, good. So how has that affected the polar bear swimming? And the thing is, all of this is in the text, but students have to figure out why. Now notice, these are not questions they can just copy the answers. Remember, as we said, that was the lower order thinking, where they can just copy, answer with one word or one sentence. For higher order thinking, we need more challenging questions where students have to think and they have to write and really evaluate what is going on in the text. All right, so now, last one. What about evaluation? Ooh. There's a lot, depending on which one you chose. Page 1 or page 4? Okay, evaluation, yeah?
We would do a sort of role play with the, as if they were in a summit of the countries, and they have to play the different politicians and the different situations, and what would be their solution for the
good. So
against the global warming.
Role play. You're in a big summit or meeting. All right, and then wait a minute. What are we going to do about polar bears? We see that polar bears are dying, and you can even put up a picture like this.